All right, welcome back to my channel. Good evening, guys. Good evening, guys. Good evening. Your name and where you are joining us from. This is the Era Traders FX again. Screen. You know what we do here. Basically, we want to look at pairs, volatility pairs that we're going to look at for the week. I'm going to trade, possibly, and get set up. So wherever you are joining us from, you're welcome. You're welcome to this session. You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in. So what are the pairs that you want me to analyze? If you can see me, all right, we have one person in here. So your name and where you're joining us from, and also which pair would you want me to analyze? You're welcome, you're welcome, you're welcome. So, all right, I already have V25 on my screen, and most of you know my perspective of V25, right? On the weekly time frame, we sort of did a breakdown that price is in a key level on the weekly time frame that sponsored this move, right? Sponsored that move. If you are new here, you can go back to the previous videos to see why we did that, how we did that, and all that. It was a top-down analysis from the weekly time frame, and we saw a zone like that, and clearly gave us a good shift in market structure, right? So I don't want my chart to be very clumsy, so I just removed that. But I know that that's what happened, and basically I saw a sweep of this eye, so making what this level protected. And if you look at it, price has not really broken through that level. And our structural liquidity is basically the last high before our major high. So that was it. And price swept it nicely. And we are to target this level for our first TP. Let's not even stress with the bigger picture thing. This level with our first TP, and that was it. That was what I had, and I sent it when price was here. So some of us have already made from the sell already. So now this is like a confirmation. Price clearly gave us a clean shift in market structure now, showing us that, okay, this is truly bearish. And this is sort of like an head and shoulder pattern. Let me show you. Which is kind of our pattern though, but then again, another, it's kind of, you know. So for me, I'll take this as a structural liquidity because I'm expecting price to still push up, you know, because this is like our sweep and this is like our break. So this is like an internal structural liquidity kind of thing. So I'm expecting this to be taken out, then price come here and drop. First TP, second TP. So I hope what I just did, you understand. I hope you grab, and I hope you're learning also. Hope you're learning also. Let me look at how many people here. Okay, 7 people in here. Your name and where you're joining us from. My G, you're welcome from Zambia. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Sam from Malawi. My boss, you're welcome. Jeffrey, hope your mom is not clear. What's not clear? What's your question? If you have a question, just kindly type a question. And also, if you want to join my mentorship, DM me to join $100. But if you want just the videos of my mentorship, you want just the videos alone, you want just the recording of our past mentorship, you can get it for $50. Just DM me, and you are good to go. So what's not clear? What's not clear? What's not clear? Let me know. You are faithful till the end. You're my promise keeper. I'm waiting for you, boss. Jeffrey, I don't know if this person is in my group. Please, are you in our? Please also join our Telegram group, guys. Join our Telegram group. Once we get to 200, once we get to 200, I'll start, dropping things there. But for now, I think we're at 40 something, and not everyone in the group has even joined. And I'm still expecting more of you to join so that we can get to 200. And also, please subscribe, like, share to this channel, please, so that we can, get to 1K by the grace of God. Daniel, you're welcome. Daniel, you're welcome. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for Jeffrey. Well, I think maybe it's kind of I don't know, but I believe this is okay. This is kind of self-explanatory. If you understand what we basically trade, if you look at it, you see that we had our clean setup here, the sweep of this eye, the break of structure, second break of structure that gave us this structural liquidity, and this was our POI, right? Price came into it, gave us a change of character clearly. Again, after we've seen this happen previously. So this is just like a confirmation now to enter the trade. So I don't know. Please, is it clear? Let's go. And also, please drop the pair that you want me to analyze. Drop the pair that you want me to analyze so that we move. There is no time. This buy, I saw this buy. Let me show you guys the buy. There was a sweep of this low. There was a break of structure. Then we had this structural liquidity in it. Here's our PY. This below is our PY. So I knew that this would buy. I think I had some screenshots coming. Let's see. You have it with it. So if you look, when price, that was the zone. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is it. I'm coming. I'll be back. back. All right, I'm back. You said the video quality. The video quality. Maybe it's network. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because, but I don't know. Is anybody having similar issue? Look at 25 1x. Is anyone having similar issue? Okay, 25 1s. We'll do 25 1s and Shadambara Devasi. Okay, 25 1s. So, if you have been here, you see that I've been saying that 25 1s have been crazy. That I've not had anything tangible. So what I'm waiting for is for price to drop down here, then I'll buy from this level. So this is like a sweep break, second break of structural liquidity, high protected low, then I'm waiting. So this is what I have basically. This was my setup previously, like I said, but price failed it. It was a sweep of the high, break of structural liquidity. So this protected high was what I was using before, but price never dropped to take out this TP. So when price gave me a change, I just knew that okay, price has changed. So I just like I wanted to rest from this pair. So I haven't been really trading this pair. It's not I've not been trading this pair. So yeah, so that's what I have. So that's what I have for this. Um, okay, from Jamaica, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Okay, yes, I'm seeing it by. All right, great, 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 great. Okay, let's do V10. All right, so V10, you guys should know our bias for V10 by now because V10 is one of my major pairs that I trade. So you should know my bias for now for V10. We are still bearish. We are still bearish. We are still clearly bearish. Yes, we're still bearish. So we saw a major low taken out. Right, and this was like a kind of a sweep of the eye. I'm using that extreme. Normally, I'll just use this, but you can also see use that any of them you're correct. And there was a break of structure clearly here, and so this is like an internal structural liquidity. Do you guys even know the rules? Do you guys know the trading, the rules of what we trade? What we first look out for? We want to see a sweep. After a sweep, a break of structure. Then after a break of structure, second break of structure that gives us a structural liquidity. So we want to first see a sweep of this low, then a break of structure to the opposite direction. Then we want to see a second break of structure, then that gives us liquidity. Then we want to see a drop. Then we want to buy from that level. So this is what we trade. That's the 5 rules. That's just sweep, sweep, break of structure, second break of structure that gives us a structural liquidity for price to come back and use to buy. Basically, that's all. That's all. If you can do this on a higher time frame, and clearly, like you can do it way on a higher time frame, and you now see confirmations on lower time frame, you are very good to go. So this is what we basically do, and this is it. This type 2. So when price came into that level, started tanking, started dropping, and if you have been here, you will know that yes, we called it when price was here. So now, let's now look at what has been happening. So if you look at If you look at it, you see that this was now a clean shift of structure to the downside after the sweep, making this high protected. If you look at my chart, you see that I'm using fractals. See, these fractals are major key areas, key levels, key highs and lows that are very significant in the market. So if you look at this, you see that this is a break of structure, and the major high is at this up here. Is at that up. Even though we have other highs here, which price might not even get to that major one. I'm coming there. So this is the major, this is the range. This is a new trade. Ma, coming. Right, I'm back. I'm back. My mom called. So that is I'm almost done. So let me go to lower time frame. So let me go to 8 hour time frame. You see now on the 8 hour time frame, you now see that there are other eyes that are clearly strong here, and that's one of the reasons why I was like, okay, I'm seeing our setup here. So if I go to the lower time frame, like 2 hours time frame, on the 2 hour time frame, it will be very clear to see our setup. That's why I was looking out for sales. Here on the group, you see that I called for a sell and all that. So I'm using this as a structural liquidity, right? And this eye as my protected low, protected eye. So if you look at the fractals, you see that the fractals show this eye as a major eye, last eye before the major eye that's protected. Why is that one protected? If you look at it, there was a clean sweep of break of structure to the opposite direction, and there was a sweep of the eye, a previous eye. So you can use this as a sweep, you can use this as your sweep. Any of them can be your sweep. So if you want to use cross model entry, you see that the candle, the other block that failed was that other block, and price has not really entered into it yet. Although price might just drop because your area of interest is anything above your structural liquidity. Price can start dropping. So I'm seeing sales already. Once you see it, just look for sales confirmation, just be selling this pair until it gets to this next level. This is our next TP. That's our next TP. Then once that bridge is broken, final TP is here. So it's still far. Price is still going to do well. It's still far, still quite far. So that's what I have for V10. Is a sell. We're still looking for sales. So that's what I have for V10. I don't know if anybody has any contrary. If you have anything that is contrary to this, you can as well tell me, right? V15 1S, we did it last time. My guy from Zambia, I think I've answered you. I've done your V10, and I hope that helps you to make the right decisions in your trading. Jeffrey, we're doing V15. V15 1S, we did it last time. And the last time I called for a buy, and I said that the confirmation that for the buy is that the price will break that high, then we'll now look for we'll look for retracement, price to retrace. So this was the high I was talking about. Price did not break it. If price had broken through here, would have confirmed that we are now fully bullish. But price did not break it. So this was not, the confirmation was not there. So price came down here, although still in our POI though, still in our POI. So this this price might still wants to use it. I don't know. But okay, there's a liquidity flip here. If you know what liquidity flip is, let me say, okay, price came into that level. So the trade is still valid. It's still valid. But then again, you don't have the luxury of time to be, entering this kind of trade and stop loss being big like this. So that's why I was like, once price takes out this, we should wait for a retracement, then we'll not buy. But price never did, which is fine. It's good. It's okay. So what I can see now clearly from this, what I can see clearly from this was now a break of structure to the downside. Then this one gave us again a break of structure to the downside. So again, the confirmation is that this high is taken out. The high is taken out. Once it's taken out, some people might risk to buy now, but if you're buying now, know that your stop will be very big. You are just entering the trade based off of what you are seeing currently on this time frame, right? Because we have everything. All we are looking out for, we have everything. There's a sweep of this low, then we have this break of structure to the structural liquidity. So this is it. This is 2 hours time frame. Price came into it. We're expecting a push to this upside. So this is what I expect, and I'm still expecting. My bias has not changed. So if you look at this, but even though there's a minor bearish move, price might still surge all the way up. So that's why I have for that. Please let's like the video. Some of us watch the video, but we don't like the video, and this does not really help the channel. So in order for us to grow as a community, let's just help by liking the videos, commenting how this is. Most of you, this I get testimonies from all over the world. Some guys from even Cameroon, Zimbabwe, they reach out to me and they be like, "Oh, my trading, my outputs have been helpful. They've been able to grow their accounts. They've been able to make money." These are comments that will help. Comments. Nice work, bro. It's okay. These things also encourages us to do more. In as much as we're doing this, but the goal is to get lives to be changed. And affect as much as we can. All over the world. So that's the goal. That's the goal. We are in that era whereby beyond just coming to, we want lives to be changed. People to understand that trading can literally change their lives. But I know it's a process, and most people don't want to engage in this process. But one thing I'll tell you is that just hold God, because literally in this life, in order to succeed, you need the help of God. So please like, share, subscribe, and also please let's drop pairs that you want me to do. I've done V15. We're done with V15, and thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, from Jamaica. When will you take me to Jamaica, brother? Thank you, thank you. You already like. Thank you. Please, that's what I want. Let's like the last video. Some of us were about 10 here, and I was seeing 7 likes. I was like, that was on the live session. So please, if you're here, just like, share. Please, now let's go to work. Let's get back to work. Or what pair do you want me to do? Like I said, I will be sticking to what you guys say. What you guys say strictly. V90, I have a very good pair on V90. I shared it with my group. I don't know if it's the inner circle now or the general group. But this is what I have for V90. So I'm expecting a massive drop on this. Let me see if I. So drop pairs, drop pairs, drop pairs, drop pairs, drop pairs. Let's go. I'm trying to check. Okay, yeah, this is the V90 setup. Okay, can you see? This was how I sent it to the group. So this is where we have been on this for the past, I mean, days. I think 2 days or 3 days. So this is where that's it. So I think 2 days, yeah. So you see, I sent it, price tapped it, drop, and we're still dropping. So drop pairs I want me to do, guys. Okay, V25 is reacting on the daily breaker. On the daily breaker. All right. Let me see. Although I don't trade breaker block, all those things, but then again, I understand what you're saying. V25 right? If there's no liquidity flip, if it's not reacting from a good liquidity flip, then I will not say I will not advise for the buy. Okay, there's a good liquidity engineering previously here. A good liquidity engineering right there. And if you look at this, this is another good level. Let me see. Okay, it did not react from this one. So this is another zone in it. And although you can also see that the pressure of this buy itself. So if you want to just be safe, just wait for price to give you a change of character. Once price give you a change of character, then buy. But overall, I'm looking at the bigger picture. This is what I'm expecting. You understand? That's what I'm expecting. But I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. There's a good liquidity engineering flip here. And this is your breaker block that you're saying, Abi. The zone here, something like that, right? Basically, support on resistance, basically. Yeah, resistance turn support, sorry. So what pair, what pair, what pair, what pair? Okay. I've looked at it, I've looked at it, I've looked at it. I understand what you're saying. So let me do my major pairs. V75 has gone, literally. It has gone, but we're still bearish. If you have been with us, you see that we have been bearish. We have been bearish for a long time now, a very long time. We've been bearish since this level. Around April, we've been bearish. So it has gone. I didn't share this with anyone because I was still expecting price to see, push, but price came to the other block and dropped. Let me look at reason for one-S. Reason for one-S, like I explained the last time, we are pushing up. We're pushing up. Although I tried looking for sell, but we're pushing up to this level, then we'll drop. So the bias has not changed. V10, and as we're still bearish on this, we still bearish on this, but now currently minorly bullish. So price might, push all the way up. I don't know, it might use here drop. We don't know because this is a strong eye. There's a sweep and the break of structure. This is like a protected eye. Okay, please look at V30. V30 is on a sell. I don't know if I share that setup with us. This was what I saw. This was the previous break of structure. Then this is like this last high before this high, and this is like a major high. And price came into it, gave us a strong high because there was a sweep. There was a sweep and there was a break of structure, right? And now what happened? Price came back, broke it, and came back into this zone. I'm coming, I'll be back. All right, you said Achiever Junior. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay, from Akwa Ibom. You're welcome. You're welcome. Please, sir, how do I add fractals to my chart? Okay, simply go to indicators, right? Just go to indicators, type fractal. You see Williams fractal. Add it. Mine is 9. There's a session, you know, period according to period. So, I just normally the normal one will be 2, but I chose 9. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. So yeah, what pair? We are pushing. What pair do you want me to do? Or should I teach? Do you have any question? Should I teach? I've done this. This has gone. If not, you would have maybe enter your trade from here. This liquidity engineering. But this has gone, and I don't even trade this pair. It's crazily volatile. I trade it when maybe I just want to do some crazy flips, and I just put it. This is a crazy pair, very volatile. All right, let me show you guys something. I think you guys must have heard me say it that another block is not a zone, is a specific price level. So when market breaks structure to the down, for example, this is your break of structure. Now I think I want to ask some questions. So now, for example, let's say price. So these are areas of liquidity, right? And obviously there will be like these are zones. I want to ask a question. This is your first zone. This is your second zone. This is your third zone. Which one? Which one are you going to use? And what's your criteria for this is A, this is B, then this is C. Mind you, this is your break of structure. So what will you do, and how will you know where price wants to reverse from? Will you just come and use here, or will you use here, or will you use here, or will price come all the way up above here and drop using this as your what, structural liquidity? Which one is your is the safest? Is the safest place to use? Because obviously there still will be another block above here. So let me use this as D. Heaven is calling on me into his glory. So which one are you going to use? And which of the two are, like, there are two that are preferable that you want to use? Which two are you going to use? Okay, you go for A. I will go for A. Okay, that's one answer. I leap over my girl. This business section. A is a good one. A and D. You can either use A and D. Do you know what? If you take your Fibonacci from the low to the high, yeah, your break of from your break of structure level to the high, right? If you look at this, you can use this. You can use anywhere above your 50%, right? But this, there's no clean closed structural liquidity for us to just sell from this zone. And in fact, the level is on the zone, and anything above this one now can serve as a liquidity. That one can serve as a liquidity for this level, and you can sell from here because this is an high, so you can serve as liquidity for this, and this one can also serve as liquidity for this. So these two, D and A, are preferable. Like what happened on was it V30 now? Can't really, I can't I can't remember, but let me go back. I think it's V30. I think it's something like that that happened. Okay. But now I think this is like D also. So after you break a structure, I'm coming. Please, sir, this strategy, I don't miss entry setup almost every time. I don't understand. Hmm. The this thing I showed you guys. Okay, so this was what I was talking about. So this is like your D zone, A zone, but above that A zone is the last major zone. So you see, price came to it, kind of reacted like he was selling, then came back, took it out, and dropped something like that. So how did I know that I will use that level? Just take my fee from there to here, anywhere above the 50%. So I know that obviously I'm not going to use this level, even if there's a strong idea. I know, even though this, because this is not even in the 50%, even though my setup is clearly showing there and there's a liquidity, it will not hold. It will not hold. Can you see it? Because there was a clean sweep and a break of structure. Then can use this as structural liquidity. But price never dropped. Can you see it? So please, this strategy, I don't miss entry setup almost every time. You don't, Abi, you don't miss entry setup. Like you miss the entries most time. That's what you are saying. If that's what you are saying, then either your confirmation entry, either you want to use confirmation entry, or because the truth is there are some setup that will definitely leave you. I tell you the truth. There are some setup that will leave you because even the market makers they know that that level is a very good level. So a lot of traders are waiting for them there. So they will not mitigate, they will just force price to push from the current level that they feel is okay to, you know. Now let me show you guys a liquidity stuff. I don't know if anybody, some of you see trade this way. When you see a break of structure, right? Something like this, a break of structure, and you see a liquidity level below, because liquidity rests above equal highs and equal lows, right? So you see a clean liquidity level below here. I did a video explaining that this is a very good setup. Most important, when you now see your kind of strong high setup here, this is now your liquidity engineering. If you enter from here, your target should be this liquidity level. This is a liquidity. Before I used to do this most of the time, but now I don't even need to check if this is this. Once I see my break of structure, everything, sometimes your it can even happen like this. After you see a break of structure, you now see an head and shoulder pattern show you that I want to go up. But it's a lie. It's just to deceive a lot of people because a lot of people now they will now want to buy from here. Let me show you how the market makers decide. They will now want to, because they now be like, oh, retracement zone, they will buy. So some people are buying, some people are waiting for sales, and some people are wanting to buy until it takes out because they are saying this is a what? This is a what? Head and shoulder pattern is a reversal pattern, but this is what will happen. Why? Because order flow. So this is just like a retracement into this zone. So even if you are seeing a pattern and you don't understand structure, it will still affect you. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope I hope you are learning. So sometimes I will not just come up live and just do live and I'll just share some knowledge from over the years I've been trading. Just share one or two things I've observed. Okay. He said, please, sir, this strategy, I do miss entry setup because of the way I mark my zone after an engineering liquidity. Please, can you show me exact place to mark my zone and where to put my stop loss? Please, how can I refine my stop loss in this strategy? Okay. Um, Very educating. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Sir, do I identify a value infrastructure slash other block? Must there be an impulsive move first? Hmm. Not necessarily impossible. Once there's a break of structure is what? Is one that takes out a low. The last, this is your break of structure, right? Candlestick closing below this. The last other block, the last bullish candle is your other block. So you don't need any. So let me answer. I think this guy asked the question about. So let me show you something now. You see this trade that is here. I missed it because I was expecting price. I wanted price to come here, so I did not take it. So this is what we were saying. But meanwhile, I knew that there was a liquidity engineering resting here. But me entering a trade from here, and stop loss above here is too big. It's too big. So I now refined it to this inner liquidity engineering. Refined it to that inner liquidity engineering, and still, it's still big. So I just allowed it go. I waited for confirmation retracement entry. Price did not give me that entry. Just reacted on the liquidity engineering and drop, and I was not on the chart. Now, see, once you see your liquidity engineering, something like this, and you want to enter from liquidity engineering, you enter at the exact, oh, sorry. Mama wants my car. This is essential. So you enter from there. Where will your stop loss be? This is above the eye, the wick of the candle, the wick. So if there's a wick here, your stop loss will be above that wick. Then you are targeting this low. That's where your stop loss will be, sir. That's where your stop loss will be. I think I've answered your question. In refining your stop loss, best way to refine your stop loss, the best way, one of the best ways is to wait for your confirmation entry. Is to wait for confirmation entry. Like I explained, for example, you want to enter confirmation entry now, you now wait for what? A change of character again in this level. That's why structure is important. Once you see a change of character, you will not enter again from where liquidity engineering again, and your stop loss has reduced. So your stop loss now from this new liquidity engineering is now reduced into this level. I don't know if that makes sense. So that's how to refine your stop loss using confirmation engine. But you want to enter normally, just enter, put your stop loss above by. Yes, I do currency. I do currency, but nobody's asking for currency now. Although, I majorly do synthetics. You're new to your channel. Are you serious? Wow. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for joining. This is the Era Traders. You know, you used to call me Mr. Era. All these my boys, they will like, ah, very good. They are my ogas, so if they analyze charts, yeah, even you say good. But then again, you're welcome. Thank you for joining us. Ajayi, Samuel, thank you for joining us. This is the Era Traders FX. You're welcome. You can also join our Telegram group, Telegram channel, where we have not started dropping things there yet, but definitely soon. Once we get to 200, we'll get, because I just opened it. I'm also new here, but I trade your strategy. You can continue. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome. I can see you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, all right. So this is how to refine your, your stop loss. For example, this now I notice that it will be too big. So, but I can wait, refine it, and all that, and get lower comfort entries. So that's just how it is. Just structure is key. Structure is key in trading. Structure is key. Structure is key. So I'm waiting for your questions before I call it a day. We've done some analysis. Just go back, screenshot, take a look at the levels where I want to buy from and sell from, and yeah. So I'm waiting for your questions. And also, you can reach out to me if you want to join my mentorship. And you want to join. You don't want mentorship. You want recordings of our videos, our past mentorship. DM me. That one will be going for $50. Then you want to join my mentorship is $100, right? So just DM me to join. Let me add you. And if you're not on the general group, I would encourage you to be there, because in that group we tend to share trade ideas. Let me just go to the group to show you some things. So this is the general group, right? This is the general WhatsApp group, and let me show you some things. Although my WhatsApp got cleared, so you see, this is my bro, one of our team members from, so that shared some analysis. So you see, men as dropping setups, both currencies. These are my team members. Some of them are my team members. Some of them are just in the group. So yeah, that's it. The link on the group is on the channel. Just see, when you see, is there. You can join. Once you join, I will accept you. And also, if you want to join my mentorship, DM me personally, and I'll add you to the group once you have paid. So, Lisa, can you show us how to identify liquidity engineering, flip, and engineering liquidity? I think that's the last thing I'll do. Then I'm done here, because I have to go do something now. So now, on the daily time frame, for example, you see a clear liquidity, a clear validation and invalidation, right? Now, liquidity engineering, if you are using 24-hour time frame, you will go to what? 1 hour time frame to look for your liquidity engineering. What liquidity engineering is? Sweep of an eye before a break of structure. So something like this is your liquidity engineering. This is your liquidity engineering, right? So this is what you want to, this is where you want to sell from. But if you want to trade liquidity flip, because sometimes price might just come here and just drop without even getting to this level, right? Price will just come here and sell. I've seen it many times. But it's because there's a liquidity engineering flip here, a liquidity engineering that failed to hold price previously, that caused that move to drop. And where will your stop loss be? I explained that this eye is where your stop loss will be. But for this one now, this place, once price will trace into here, you sell, your stop loss will be above here, you sell to here. So that's the difference between liquidity engineering and liquidity flip and liquidity engineering. I think I'll do a video on liquidity engineering flip, and so that you guys can understand better, and I'll show you charts. Let me show you now V101S. I remember I was looking at, is it V101S now? Okay, so if you look at this, this is a clear liquidity engineering flip. I'm looking for a clean example, a very clean example. Let me see step index. Once I see a clear one, then we're done for the day. Okay. It's basically like support and resistance. So, but how will you know is the one that there's a flip? Now, see what I was explaining. There's a break of structure here. Now, to just look at this, you see a liquidity engineering there. This is it. Where the price react from liquidity engineering on this same time frame. But now your stop loss will be very big. That's why you now use confirmation entry. Because for this one now, your stop loss will be very big. Imagine entering a trade there, stop loss there. It's too big. But you already have an overview. Go to lower time frame, look for structured shifts, then enter. This should be the entry because this is like a break of structure, then second break of structure, then structural liquidity. Although I can't go to the lower time frame now because if I go back there, I might not even see it. You understand? But that will be the entry. So you will see entries. Now, liquidity flip, this is kind of a flip. This is kind of a flip. Where will your stop loss be? I'll do a video on this. I'll do a video on this since a lot of questions have been coming. Stop loss can be above that high. See how price stands. It's like a support turn resistance. You understand? Okay. The theory candlestick convention you talk about has really done me dirty this week. You can send your setups to me. Let me see, and the trades you took. Are there rules surrounding the theory candlestick convention? Now, another thing is once you see a theory candlestick convention, the middle one is set candle, right? Right? The middle one is set candle. You now see a bullish candle that is kind of reversing too much. Don't enter that sell, it will fail. These are things you only know by experience. Tell you, you're welcome. You're welcome. Just DM me the chat you entered and let's talk about it. I can maybe tell you, maybe you got it wrong on bias or you got it wrong on top analysis. I got it. So, guys, that will be all for this session. Thank you for joining. God bless you. See you on the next one. Do you have any question? Thank you. Please let's like the video. Please let's like the video. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. See you on the next one. David has prevailed.